Foreign Affairs announced that the signing ceremony of the Convention on the Establishment of the International Organization for Mediation will be held in Hong Kong on the 30th of May, this Friday. After the signing of the convention, the International Organization for Mediation, IOMED, will set up its headquarters in Hong Kong. The IOMED is a high-level international organization. It has the same status as the International Court and Arbitration Court in Hague, set up under the Hague Convention. So it is an important organization dedicated to resolving international disputes through mediation. The IOMED gives play to the principle of harmony so that there will be efficient, flexible, economical, friendly mediation services. I thank the central authorities for its staunch support and granting Hong Kong this very important international status. We set up the preparation office in Hong Kong, and then we completed the negotiations, and then we promoted a consensus among different parties to set up the headquarters of IOMED in Hong Kong. And then we will have the signing ceremony this Friday. It all shows that the central authorities fully support Hong Kong's effort to establish an international legal and dispute resolution center in the Asia-Pacific region. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Wang Yi, will come to Hong Kong to attend the signing ceremony. The SAR government is greatly encouraged. On that day, there are nearly 600 countries from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Europe, and about 20 international organizations, including the United Nations, will send senior representatives to attend the signing ceremony. In that afternoon, we will hold a global forum on international mediation to discuss topics such as mediation of disputes among countries and mediation of international investment and commercial disputes. The SR government takes the signing ceremony and the forum very seriously, so we will give our best to ensure the two events are held successfully. In 2022, the country made an agreement with 20 countries to set up the IOMED. That shows that the country is determined to set up a mediation mechanism, giving play to international laws. The IOMED is the first intergovernmental international organization on mediation, and there are countries from the different continents. They represent countries from the global south, and there are 60 countries involved in the negotiation. So this 20 countries involved in the negotiation. So this is the first international dispute and legal and dispute resolution centers an organization. And then the IOMED will bring various advantages to Hong Kong. First of all, it will elevate Hong Kong's international status. Through IOMED, Hong Kong will see its role elevated in mediation. And then Hong Kong's international influence will definitely be boosted. Now, under one country, two systems, Hong Kong has a common law jurisdiction. It is the only jurisdiction practicing common law bilingually. So we have pool of professional talents, and we could contribute to international mediation services. And IOMED will bring about various economic benefits. It will create a large number of jobs, and that includes mediators, translators, interpreters, and researchers. And then there will be various NGOs and international organizations setting up offices in Hong Kong. and it will further promote transportation, logistics, catering, hotel services, and so on. The IOMED has the same status as the Permanent Court of Arbitration in Hague. So they will benefit trade cooperation between Hong Kong and Belt and Road countries. It will bring about more business opportunities. And then the IOMED will further improve our rule of law system. It will promote mediation as a common form of resolution of disputes. So, and then we'll bring together legal talents from around the world. They will come to Hong Kong and help with mediation, and it will further enhance Hong Kong's position as an international legal center. In fact, under the effort of the SL government and various parties, the status of Hong Kong as an international legal and dispute resolution center is being elevated continuously. And so with the establishment of the IOMED headquarters, well, compared to another common law jurisdictions, we are ranked first globally, second globally, and first in Asia Pacific. Now, there is the Deputy Chief Secretary chairs a working group, and the working group, this deputy on promoting silver economy. The DCS will lead the various efforts. This is to promote the development of the silver economy. And then we want to bring together the community, the business sector, and so that we could tap into both public and private resources to promote silver economy, improve the quality of living of silver-haired citizens. And various departments have been working hard, and this afternoon the working group will be holding a press conference to announce measures in 5 areas. First, promoting boosting silver consumption, developing the silver industry, promoting quality assurance of silver products, enhancing silver financial and security arrangements, and unleashing silver productivity. Hong Kong has one of the highest life expectancy in the world. We will see an increasing aging population by 2043. Those aged 65 or above will account for 1/3 of our population. By then, that means in the consumption market, 1/3 of the consumers are silver-haired citizens. This afternoon, the convener of the working group, Deputy Chief Secretary, will announce various measures. Thank you.
The floor is now open for questions. If you wish to put questions, please put up your hand. Before you ask your questions, please tell us your media outlet and limit yourself to 2 questions. Starting from my left, I'm from Now TV. Last week, there was a service suspension along the Cheung Kwan O line. The penalty will be $19 million, and there will be a day offering half-priced rides. Lawmakers said this is too little. Chief Executive, do you think there's room for improvement? How do we make sure such incidents do not occur on the part of the MTRC? Now, the Aggressive Construction Company Limited is building more than 7,000 public housing flats. When we take off this contractor from the list, how much of a delay will that be, and how can we make sure there will be a new contractor to take its place? There were 3 incidents involving the MTR Corporation Limited this year. I attach importance to these incidents, especially for last Thursday. There was a 5-hour service disruption. It was a serious incident. And this shows shortcomings in the MTRCL's emergency response. There's a penalty mechanism. This will get the MTRCL to stay alert in its day-to-day operation and improve its service quality. We want smooth operation for the MTR. The incident last week shows there are shortcomings with emergency response on the part of the MTRCL. Yesterday, the Transport and Logistics Bureau and the MTRCL briefed electrical members on this matter. The TLB also asked the MTRCL to submit a full report on the incident within a month, with measures to address such incidents. The MTR is a major mode of transport for Hong Kong. The MTR serves 5 million passengers. There are more than 5 million passenger trips every day. So we need a mechanism to ensure service improvement for the MTR. More importantly, we have to guard against such incidents, and that means we need system maintenance and enhancement. I have 4 expectations. 1, we need a full and systematic review of the entire railway network. The MTRCL needs to enhance its system management, and that means better maintenance and repairs, renewing assets and components, making use of technology, and a standing mechanism to monitor and assess risks. Second, the MTRCL needs to step up its competence and training for emergency response, and this includes information dissemination. The MTRCL needs to set up an emergency response team. It needs to plan better. It needs better communication equipment and regular drills. Third, when there's a service disruption, better arrangements are needed for alternative transport. There will have to be stress tests and drills. There has to be an effective information dissemination system. The company has to put itself in the shoes of passengers. Information needs to go out in a timely way to reduce anxiety on the public's part. Fourth, the TLB, the Transport Department, and the EMSD will have to play their role in monitoring and guiding the work of the MTRC when it comes to updating its assets, maintenance and repairs, adopting technology, and also enhancing its system and training its staff as part of their 5-year plan. On Aggressive Construction Company Limited, the SL government attaches importance to construction safety. Site safety is a shared responsibility for the stakeholders involved, contractors, subcontractors, workers, etc. This contractor, whose renewal application has been denied, was involved in 3 fatal incidents. The people involved were prosecuted. And it's unlikely that such parties have the competence to ensure building safety and remain a registered contractor. That is why the Buildings Department made the right decision to deny this application for renewal of registration. This also goes to show the government's importance attached to construction safety and expectations. We will have to deal with the project undertaken by the contractor properly, and that includes 3 public housing projects and 1 project involving a government office. The Buildings Department and other departments are following up on this matter. This is to make sure there will be a new contractor to take over the project, and we can minimize the delay on the project. We should also make greater use of technology to enhance site safety, and that includes adopting MIC or modular integrated construction and building information modeling, and also wider use of the smart and safe site system. Now, for all public works projects worth $30 million or more, the government has adopted the Safe and Smart Site Safety System. There's government subsidy for private sector companies to enhance site safety. any project delay may bring challenges for the delivery of public housing. I have urged the relevant departments, especially the Housing Authority, to redouble their effort on this front. So for projects involving a new contractor, support needs to be given so that the new contractor can complete the project soon. And we will make up for the lost progress, and we will work on this. The government as a team is working to minimize the impact on the supply of public housing. We will work on this to make up for the progress. Next question. The gentleman over there.
William from RTHK. So firstly, what is Hong Kong's position and response on the potential ban by the US government in foreign student enrollment at Harvard University? And with the Education Bureau urging local universities to attract top talent, what can institutions in Hong Kong offer to ensure that those who are affected by the US administration's decision will choose to come to Hong Kong? And secondly, regarding last week's MTR service disruption, there have been comments saying that the penalty and the special fare day is not sufficient to compensate passengers. Would the government consider asking for more compensation from the MTRC? And is there any need to review the railway firm's overall operations? Thank you.
Well, Hong Kong will welcome any students who have been discriminated by the US policy, who face difficulties to study or continue their studies in the US universities. We welcome them to come to Hong Kong to continue their studies in our universities. The Hong Kong SAR government, together with the 8 UGC subsidized universities, will do all our best to facilitate and assist any students who suffered from this discriminated and unfair treatment, so that they will find a way to study in Hong Kong. We will do the maximum facilitation and assistance. We will be in touch with the Harvard Alumni Association so that both of us can work together to help the unfairly treated students. I have already raised the enrollment ceiling of the 8 UGC subsidized universities during my term from 20% to 40%, doubling the quota. We have room in this quota to accept students who have problems studying in the US to come to these 8 UGC funded universities. If there's the need, I will consider further raising this ceiling. So I want this message to go out to any students who face discriminated and unfair treatment in the US, so that they know that Hong Kong's doors are wide open to them to come to study in the universities of Hong Kong. In regarding to the suspension of service of MTRC, particularly the event last Thursday, during which the suspension of service lasted for over 5 hours. This incident, together with 2 other incidents that happened this year, reflect that there are inadequacies in the emergency response and contingency planning of MTRC. Yesterday, Transport and Logistics Bureau, together with MTRC, attended LACHCO to report on the matter. And Transport and Logistics Bureau has already asked MTRC to submit a comprehensive investigation report within 1 month and recommend remedial action. The MTR is a major transportation system in Hong Kong. It serves over 5 million passengers every day. So any disruption is going to cause inconvenience of different scale. Yes, we have been focusing on rectification, in which we have systems to impose punishment on MTRC. But I think it is more important to focus on prevention so that there will be no disruption to happen. And we should also focus on response when there are, unfortunately, such incidents. So I have made 4 directions. First, the MTRC must review the entire railway network system comprehensively and systematically to enhance it. This includes improving maintenance standards, renewing equipment and components, use of new technologies, and establish a regular risk monitoring and assessment system. Second, the MTRC must strengthen its emergency response and contingency handling capabilities and training. This includes incident reporting and information dissemination, setting up dedicated emergency response teams, increasing manpower, strengthening mobilization, and enhancing communication equipment, and conducting regular drills. Third, the MTRC must improve alternative transport arrangements during suspension of service, regularly conducting stress tests and drills, and design an effective information dissemination mechanism that focuses priorities on passengers' needs and ensures timely and comprehensive information is disseminated to reduce public inconvenience and anxiety. Fourth, the Transport and Logistics Bureau, the Transport Department, and the EMSC must exercise leadership and guidance, particularly in MTRC's implementation of its 5-year plan for facility upgrade, maintenance, and technology applications, and system and personal enhancements. Prevention is better than rectification. So MTRC has to comprehensively work in those directions.
好，最後一條提問。有手邊藍嘅。
Last question, the gentleman on the right. I'm from Cable News. You just mentioned prevention matters. Under the existing mechanism for the MTRC, some LACHCO members said the MTRC was handing out peanuts for people. It's just a day of half-priced rides. Those concessions do nothing to fix these problems. What's your take? Now, my second question. Now, it's about the tax demand on the Hong Kong Journalists Association. Many people that the IRD went after served posts at the HKJA, and they were also freelance journalists. So there are people wondering if the government is going after independent media outlets. Now, I take the 3 incidents involving the MTRC very seriously, especially the incident from last Thursday. The service disruption lasted 5 hours, and that caused major inconvenience and chaos. That also points to shortcomings in emergency response and contingency plans on the part of the MTRC. Yesterday, the TLB and the MTRC reported the matter at LegCo. The Secretary for Transport and Logistics also asked the MTRC to submit a full investigation report within a month. That report has to come up with specific recommendations, measures, that is. The new mechanism will address these shortcomings. The matter has been thoroughly discussed at LegCo, with various factors taken into account. Under the mechanism, there will be a penalty, meaning fines. The MTRC also has to offer concessions to the public. The MTRC should fulfill this responsibility, and we will consider all the factors. The MTR is a major mode of transport, serving 5 million passengers every day. We need better mechanisms. We also need a mechanism to prevent incidents from happening so that they do not recur in the future. That's why I proposed work on 4 fronts. 1, a full and systematic review of the entire railway network. Better management of railways, and that means better management and repair, updating components and parts, greater use of technology, a standing mechanism to monitor and assess risks. Second, strengthening capability in emergency response and contingency plans, and that includes incident reporting and information dissemination. An emergency response team will be needed with more manpower for planning, better communications equipment, regular drills. Third, transport arrangements during service disruptions, stress tests and drills, and an effective information dissemination system, putting themselves in the shoes of passengers, providing timely information, minimizing inconvenience and distress for the public. And fourth, the TLB, the TD, and the AMSD should monitor and guide the work of the MTRC in updating its equipment, use of technology, and also training its staff, which is part of the 5-year plan. I hope the MTRC will learn the lessons from the spate of incidents, and they can do a better job with their system. So these are the 4 expectations. And the MTRC will do their job accordingly. On the Inland Revenue Department, trying to recover tax payment from individuals, under Hong Kong laws, all taxpayers have to file their taxes correctly and pay their taxes on time. This is a legal requirement. Anyone evading a tax can be prosecuted, punishable with up to 3 years in jail. The IRD is acting in accordance with the law in investigating tax payments and trying to recover taxes. No one can break the law and evade taxes. No one has such privileges. And no one has the privilege to be immune from tax assessment. Civil servants, professionals or otherwise, journalists or those in other industries, no one is above the law. They cannot evade taxes. The culprits will be prosecuted. True professional bodies should be enhancing professionalism in their sector They should be condemning those breaking the law and asking those people to mend their ways instead of condoning and abetting law-breaking behavior. Professional bodies or otherwise, and even those pretending to be professional bodies, condoning and abetting tax evasion and trying to pressure the government will only make themselves a laughingstock. For tax evasion, we will hold those responsible to account. That's all for the press briefing today. Thank you.